Hello and welcome back to another video. In this video, I wanted to talk about the media is corrupting the minds of human beings. Think very materialistically, in the sense that we have this perception or this idea that we are generating from matter instead of uh, thinking that matter is generating through us, especially in the West, and due to this Western influence on a lot of education systems here in the East, a lot of children and youth who are growing up are having this perception or this idea that matter is the basis of reality that we see here and experience here. This is a very huge misconception, I would like to say, and which is why uh, a lot of problems have created in this world, um, especially mental health and depression and many other causes, which are a blind belief in this idea that consciousness is generated through matter. So, if we look at this very closely, and if we look at our history and how our lives are progressing in this day and age, we see that through this idea that um, matter is the basis of reality, we are progressing rapidly in the fields of technology and in the fields of building building things in the world, and in the fields of many different aspects like transportation, or we can take transportation in every aspect that has changed since the past 100 years. These these rapid evolution is mostly due to scientific progress, which is based on the fact that matter is the base of reality. And yes, it is good that we are able to interact with matter and change it and manipulate it to our advantage in certain ways, but we are not able to see the invisible effects that this is having on humanity, on and this invisible effect is going to have its fruits ripen later on in this century, and it's only going down. Unfortunately, it's just going down. So the most the most the most uh, um I find that the only solution to this is changing the perspective that we are looking at the world, and this is the only solution. And this is changing the perspective and thinking in terms of uh, consciousness first and then matter. Of course, we are probably going to go back in scientific evolution. We are not going to progress scientifically, but a lot of these issues that have been generating since the past few years will dissolve just through this perspective change of thinking as consciousness first and matter second. So when people are dying, we think that matter is dying. This is a very a very narrow perspective on life. Uh, and unfortunately, the scientists are at fault here. Uh, you can create an atom bomb, which is, or you can have many advances in science by manipulating energy, by manipulating nuclear energy, but and have this power in your hands, but we are not really thinking of the invisible forces that are acting here. That, for example, we are neglecting the mind, and we are not even bothered to teach people about the mind and its impressions and how it affects your life. I have certainly never been taught this. I have always been taught about science and its theories and mathematics and physics and chemistry, which made me a very materialistic person. But I never really understood how the mind works and what is consciousness and what is being. And this I had to learn through my own uh, investigation into myself, which is and I had to find myself to go to places and experience things and take courses to learn about all these things instead of being taught all these things at school. The huge misconception that the scientific community or the rational minded people have is the misconception of evidence. What I mean by this is we assume truth to have proof and evidence. For example, if you want to prove a mathematical axiom, we have to prove prove it through a logical deduction. This this kind of thinking has made us see things very objectively and disregard the aspects of the subjective reality that we all are. So what I mean by subjective reality is that the impressions of the mind are and how it works, how the patterns are formed uh, by teaching a student logic and by teaching a student that the truth can be arrived through evidence in the physical matter reality is a very huge uh, fall that we are making. Truth can never be arrived through evidence, that is, through um, finding something in the physical matter reality. Uh, in fact, the reality is basically the substratum of this universe is the pure subject or the pure consciousness, which is never an object, and this consciousness is the basis of all a reality that we see here in the universe. And this, instead of delving into the uh, laws of matter, we are delving in the wrong direction. That is, we are not delving in the laws of consciousness and the mind, which is making people more immoral. We we are assuming that matter is the and rationality is the only way to arrive at truth, and evidence is the only way to prove certain axiom, and we are assuming this based on this scientific revolution that has happened since the past century, and the effects of this scientific revolution is still going on in this century, and our education systems have been affected by this, and it is churning out people who are more rational and who have no knowledge of the laws of consciousness. Of course, they have more knowledge on the laws of matter and how it works, but when it comes to the subjective reality, and there is no education being given to people, especially here in India, here where the highest form of education is the IIT, which is the which is a study of maths, physics, and chemistry uh, since sixth grade, and this is just churning out people who are mentally depressed and working for companies who are focusing only on making money and uh, having more information and data. So I want to uh, change the world by making people see that the basis and the substratum of the universe is consciousness, and it's not matter, and your life is a subjective experience. It is not uh, a material experience. It really isn't. And this belief that we are matter must be eradicated somehow to make people more to make people realize that we as human beings are more than matter. We are consciousness, and from the perspective of consciousness, everything can be solved. From the perspective of oneness and unity, everything can be solved. There will be solutions to a lot of problems in your life. Um, a lot of problems in your life, and through this perspective change, we can solve a lot of issues that are happening in this world. Uh, Poverty can be solved, mm, injustice can be solved, morality can be brought back by giving people this knowledge of the laws of consciousness and how it works, of how your own mind works, of how the universe responds in your actions, and how actions are generated through intentions and through emotions, not through material intentions, but through a deep intention. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video and if you like this approach of, I would love you to, would like it to, for you to share it to others so that people are having more access to this change in perspective. Thank you.